think from now on I only want to make these kind of gardens, urban courtyard doorstep gardens that are just a hand's reach away from where people eat. And I want to make gardens for private individuals, not community gardens, for private people who are going to care about them and invest in them, and people who are already a kind of a little hub that other people come to, that woofers come to. I think that's the most valuable kind of urban permaculture garden. Personally, that's what I'd like to keep designing and keep making, and that's what I'm doing. Something that's lovely about making these gardens where there's a lot of people coming and going is you just get to make lovely, unexpected human connections. Like this kid, he's 13, he was such a great mate to me. He would come and help me put things in and dig holes and carry and be capable and do things I couldn't do. And you don't usually get to have like an equal relationship with a 13-year-old, but we did. I needed him. And that's something lovely, to have equal relationships with people that are not just our generation or one whole generation above. We often don't get to know people that are just 10 years older or younger. They're just in another world. But we're going to be them soon, so it'd be good if we got to know them. Or we were them, and it's good to remember what it's like. So for me, a big value of permaculture is its labour-intensive nature, having to be aware of when things are ready and going out and picking them and replanting because you've just eaten your garden, you've got to keep planting it. That's a big plus, but only if it is connecting you to other people. So having a network of people that's fluffy and alive is like having good soil for urban permaculture gardens, as far as I think. Mrs. Usaba was having a party, as she's always having, and I said, hey, this is no good, this little front garden. She just put in a board, and an hour before the party I said, let's make this nice. And we did. That just took an hour. Like, that's just watching Seinfeld twice. And it stays for a long time. And it's easy. Yeah, it's not hard. And then you can like reach the pin board without stepping on things. And as passers-by go by, because it's sort of attractive, they stop and they look, and it helps get people into all the things that are happening in Usaba world. These tiny little margins actually can be really important, I think. And it's fun. It's just so much more fun than other things you can do in half an hour. And I made it with a kid. And we put a fish pond there, which he suggested, and I said, that's a good idea. And I think all of us could be doorstep gardeners for our neighbours. We could just knock on their door and say, I'm a gardener and I need to practice. Could I make a little garden in that little square you've got there? Can you imagine them saying no? Well, they might. But if you've already done your own garden and they can see what you've done, and they can see that you're really keen and you need practice because you want to be a professional permaculture gardener one day, they'll probably let you. And if you make a little garden for them, you're elated. If they run out of sugar, they might ask you. And everything can change. So I do that now. I just say, I'm going to make a garden here, and people are very happy about it.